Hello there and welcome to my page. My name is Gloria Warren and you're watching another edition to The Eloquent Wife. So if this is your first time joining me here, again, my name is Gloria Warren, and here at The Eloquent Wife, my desire is to just encourage you and provide resources to help you flourish in your role as a wife. And specifically, my desire is to help you to just become elegant and just graceful in the way that you interact with your husband. And I know, we live in a society where it's just, we have so many things that plague our minds. And from a Christian standpoint, I want to just encourage you to just be all that you can be, all that God has created you to be in this season in your life. And so today specifically, I really want to talk to you about jealousy because this is something that I dealt with early on in my marriage. And I know that a lot of us wives, we feel this way. And of course, we're not going to talk about it with people because, like who wants to admit that they feel intimidated or they feel inadequate around others. But specifically, we're talking about jealousy, being jealous of your husband interacting with other people, whether that's with his mom, with his sister, with, ladies from the church. And I'm not saying, I'm not talking about inappropriateness, but if you feel a certain way just because your husband may speak to somebody or that he's nice to somebody, or, that he may compliment somebody on the way that, they may sing at church or just anything. Whenever there is another woman involved, now, I know everybody's situation is different. I know that everybody may say, well, you don't know my husband, or you don't know the things that he may put me through. But just on the surface, and when I say on the surface, I'm saying, you have a healthy marriage. Your husband he's trying to do and live up to the standards that God has placed, for him. And none of us are perfect. But we're just talking about just a normal situation, because I know that there are a lot of instances and a lot of different aspects to the lives of married couples. But just on the surface, you have a healthy marriage, but there is just something that's there that whenever you hear your husband saying anything nice about anybody, just anything, you're frustrated, you get upset on the inside. You're like, why you gotta say that? Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do that? And it comes a point where you just really have to just sit back and take a look at yourself and take inventory of yourself and say, why do I get frustrated every time my husband does this? Why is it that I hate the fact that he's nice to other ladies? Why is it that I hate the fact that he wants to do something special for his mom? Why is it that I hate the fact that when his sister calls, I get upset because I feel like she's taking all of the attention away from me. I feel like she's trying to steal something from me. These are deep-rooted seeds that we have in our hearts that we have to really take to God and look at, because if we don't address it, it can really drive a wedge between us and our husbands. And jealousy is as cruel as the grave. It can destroy you on the inside. It can destroy your marriage because you can't see all of the beautiful things that God has blessed you with and all of the things that God has given you, because you're so focused on somebody's going to steal something from me. Somebody's going to take something from me. So I have to drive a wedge between him and her. Him and her. Family members, like, it doesn't even matter. The spirit of jealousy, that deep-rooted seed that's in your heart, has to be dealt with. It has to be dealt with. And to think that you are just okay, no, there's nothing wrong with me. It's everybody else. It's not everybody else. If it's always an issue, if it's always something that is rising up, if it's always this thing that's in your heart, that as soon as something happens, or you hear something that you don't like, or you see something that you don't like, or just whatever, as soon as your husband interacts with others, this thing rises in you and you feel like you have to drive a wedge, because if you don't, they're going to steal something precious from you. They're going to take something precious from you. They're taking all of your attention. They're taking all of your husband away from you. And they're not. They're not. And so today I want to encourage you to really just take inventory of yourself. Nobody can do this but you. Nobody can help you in this area but you. You have to take this to God, and you have to really be honest with yourself and say, okay, God, I am jealous. I have a jealous heart when it comes to my husband and when it comes to other ladies. Lord, why is it that I feel this way? God, why is it that I don't feel like I'm enough? Why do I feel like everybody is going to take him away from me? Why do I feel like his mother is going to take him away from me? Why do I feel jealous against his relationship with his mom? Why do I feel jealous with his relationship with his grandma? They were there long before me. They were there helping him long before me. So what would give me the audacity to come in and say, no, I don't want you doing this. I don't want you to have this relationship like this because I'm here now. That's not like God. That's not like God. And this is something that you have to take to God. Because if you want your marriage to flourish, if you want your marriage to prosper, these deep-rooted negative, evil seeds cannot be in your heart. And if we can just be honest with ourselves, God can help us. But if we just sit down and say, oh, I got it all together, there's nothing wrong with me, it's everybody else, it's all going to crumble before your eyes. It's all going to crumble before your eyes. So my prayer for you today is that you would take your issues and your problems to the Lord. We are growing to become better wives. We are striving every day to become better wives. Eloquent wives, meaning that we're honest with ourselves. We're honest with our husbands. We're honest in the way that we speak our truth, but that we speak it in love. And so I pray that this was a blessing to you. I pray that something that I said really resonated with you. And so if this is your first time joining me, I want to share my 5 key elements that every Christian wife needs to access the heart of her husband. To access the heart of her husband. It is what God has given to me, and I want to share it with you. You can find it in the link below, or you can just visit gloriawarren.com/5 keys. And there it's just a simple download. It's a PDF, but I share with you the 5 key elements that will help you access the heart of your husband. If you've been, snappy, nagging, frustrated, and you just have this tension, I believe that it'll really be a blessing to you. It'll show you some things that, you should get under control. But it'll really be a blessing to you. And so until my next video, I pray that you have a blessed week. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.